let him know he got two bloodlines in it. Mine and then his daddy's side. Daddy's side messed up.
We live, bro.
But we live. Oh Lord have mercy. Hit that button so me and Antoine can get busy. About me and Antoine right now. One thing I can say, boy, Antoine sure talk good. You know, make me have to improve. The host out to improve. Boy, that's cold blooded, ain't it?
Oh, man. Good.
Wow.
Good.
Come on, big brother.
All right. Hold on, bro.
What you got me waiting for?
Just making sure all the mics are
Training him. He ain't been in training long. I'm training him though. He doing good though. Boy,
You ready?
yes sir. I ain't gonna act like
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
welcome to Brown's neighborhood one more time. We got this Antoine back in the house, man. I'm telling you, it was real live the last time. Boy, he talked real good to me, so I had to tell him to come back. Talk to me again. You know, so, yeah, but he got somebody special with him today. She say she shy though. So, don't look for her to say too much, cause she's shy. But Antoine being the man, so he gonna answer all questions. Ain't that right, Antoine?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so Antoine, just to even get it going, how long you been married now?
Going on 17 years.
God dog, boy. Hey, that's
Been
pretty
together
good.
21.
What? You put in 4 before you said I do.
Well, 3.5.
Yeah,
Something like
what,
that.
what man, look
Yeah.
at, if you get past a couple of decades, it's got to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Some of us can't even stay with a boyfriend, girlfriend for about a year. we get mad and just run off. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got no staying power.
Yeah.
Whatever
Structure
them-
is family structure.
It's a
You grew up-
structure.
You grew up in a two-parent household, so, you know, you want what your parents had.
Yeah.
She's the same way, you know, she grew up in a two-parent household and been knowing each other since she was in the 4th grade.
Is that right?
Yeah.
She didn't go to Russell, did she?
Yeah.
She was at Russell with us?
She went to Russell, Drew, Fremont.
Boy, you went back and got
You gotta go.
boy, straight out of Russell Elementary.
Yeah.
God, dog, man. When you talk like that, you've been doing up about over 50 years.
Yeah.
Boy, man, if you don't close, I'm gonna cut this out. If you don't close that damn
It sound
door,
like out here looking for you.
who?
That's probably some of my family.
Tell them to come to the
Oh,
other door.
John,
Over that door.
come through the other door.
Man, close that damn door.
All right.
Oh man, I'm on live, man. Lord have mercy. Y'all forgive me. But man, this is what happened down in the neighborhood.
Down in the neighborhood.
You know what I'm saying? This is called family.
Family.
When
That's
you
right.
make it this far, you know what I'm saying? I've been knowing him about 56 years down there in kindergarten. So when you go to family reunions, things like that happen.
Yeah.
They come through the front and back door. That door supposed to be locked and closed. And then they gonna come through it. Now you gonna have to be looking behind you. And we gotta keep this going.
That's,
So Antoine, you've known her since you was in the 4th grade?
yep. Met her in the 4th grade.
Man,
The family, actually.
is that right?
Yeah. No moms. We've been on the whole family since then.
So when you got with her, you knew she at least was gonna stay in the boat.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but man, they'll jump out on the first sign of trouble.
So, oh, yeah. This is my background right
Yeah,
there.
you know, so she might got some of them old roots, they go deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, back like our parents.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
they was solid. The boat start rocking, they don't even get out, they just
Just ride away.
ride it out. Man, I just wanna say this, man, I just wanna say thank you for all you do in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? I even want to say this. A guy called me yesterday, David Barker. Remember David Barker?
Yeah.
David Barker said, man, he saved me too. I was like, Dave, you played on the, you know. He was telling me about all of that, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, he was with us.
I'm just saying, you know, it's sometimes you just get a call.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I wouldn't even never knew David, you know, because David wasn't like a real athlete guy, but he got on the team.
Yeah, yeah,
What?
yeah. Him, all my brothers out there, you know, Tony, Louis, who else we got out there? All of them, Danny.
Is that right?
My brother Cookie, he was a quarterback.
Is that right?
Yeah, my brother John back there, I think he's back there.
Well, he didn't let go of the roots, I'm
Yeah.
telling you. He's
Yeah.
trying to take over Mr. Williams' job, you know what I'm saying?
William asked me to come up there, but I told him I couldn't work there.
You know, but the thing is what does somebody do and put their love into it?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Antoine love what he do. I love what he been doing. And I just, you know, sometimes you gotta give people, they do while they living. See, a lot of times what happen is, when somebody pass away, then you get a line of folks,
Yeah.
and they get 2 minutes. And that's the man telling you got 2 minutes, some of them go over 2 minutes. But this here, when you do something in the neighborhood like that, and I come from it, we come from it together doing the trenches part.
Oh, yeah.
When it was tough, a lot of gang activity, a lot of whatever, a lot of great athletes, you know what I'm saying? So we come through that together, elementary, junior high. Then when we start getting to high school,
Yeah.
we trying to figure it out. We get 15, everybody running like, where do we go?
Yeah.
So now we start making our own decisions a little bit when you get to that 15-year-old mark.
Yeah.
Still listening to our parents, but at that time, it's a different game.
Yo, way different, way different.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I want to tell Antoine, man, I don't know even what got in your head to start coaching and giving back.
Yeah, we started a long time ago in the neighborhood. Every time, we had them block games. And
Yeah.
then when I got to high school, I ended up coaching the intramural league against, and that's where I really fell in love with coaching. When I got my senior year at Pomona,
Mm-hmm.
we did intramural leagues, like we did at Drew.
Mm-hmm.
And I coached the team to the championship, man. I took what it was called the nitwits, dudes at Pomona High School that didn't do nothing, and we ended up playing the faculty in the championship game.
Right.
So I loved it ever since then. Got to college, did it again in college. I coached 2 intramural teams in college. So when I came back to the neighborhood, Brother Louis' little brother, Art, was coaching at St. Malachy.
Is that right?
So he needed some help, and I went up there and started helping him, and boom, from there it just took off. And, when the Ray Dogs kicked, we was a bunch of young adults,
Mhm.
still doing what we do. So we got into the league out at Eagle Rock Park. Eagle Rock Park.
Y'all playing out in Eagle Rock?
Man, Eagle Rock Park.
You go to Eagle Rock, you going into another zone. Well, that's close to Glendale, boy.
Oh, yeah.
Don't want you down there.
Oh man, we went down there, boy, and
What?
we had a ball. I told you before, they thought we all lived in one house.
Is that right?
Yeah, the rumor was happening that we lived all in one house, man. We went down there, took a couple of titles.
Is that right?
Yeah, took a couple of titles. The main team we played against, I think that was our major rivals, was the police and firemen.
Right. Well, see, when you young and you travel to Eagle Rock, you think you the winner. When you young, you looking at a mountain. You be looking like
Oh,
you
yeah.
done went a long way.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But this
yeah.
is the first thing that got me when he said something. He said, Brown, when I went over to St. Malachy's, I was volunteering.
yeah, first year.
And if anybody volunteer their time doing something, they gotta love it.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna find nobody volunteering doing something and don't love what they doing, because if you doing it and you volunteer, that means you ain't getting no money. You tell me anybody in here just wanna do something and don't get paid.
Yeah,
it's gonna be hard.
Yeah.
In these days, they can get paid and don't wanna do it.
Yeah. You got people that get paid and sit back and make everybody else do it.
You know, so I knew that you loved it. And then when I talked to you that time, man, it so touched my heart so much, you know what I'm saying? Cause I know the little things that I do,
Yeah.
and
You
it
do a lot.
ain't easy.
Yeah, you do a lot for the community.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, you know, when it comes down to coaching kids, and then when you start getting past 13 and 14,
Oh, yeah.
it's a different challenge. When they little, you know, you can say, you know, things and keep them in line. But when they get 13 and 14, they get a little bit more of that grownness in them.
Yeah, but you always depend on that first group. That first group, you know, they set the standard.
Mm.
You know, so they the ones don't allow certain things, like we had this thing in practice, no sagging and no ragging.
Mm.
You couldn't come into practice with you showing your drawers, and you couldn't have no flame or rags on you. So, and if anybody did, I wouldn't even have to enforce it. The first groups, they enforced all the laws. They made sure nobody, man, we ain't gonna do that. Like I said, we had that thing called big dogs.
Mm.
And I think my grandson back there, he knows about it. My son, they all came through the same program. And
Yeah, right.
yeah, them big dogs, they open up your eyes.
See, when you start doing what you're doing, you're changing lives. And it may not seem like it, you know, you can't save everybody.
No,
But if you can save one cat, you done a hell of a job. That's the same thing they say in church. When people go to church, whatever, if you can save one of them,
yeah,
you done a whole lot. Because see, that one can go and do a whole lot too.
Exactly,
You see what
exactly.
I'm saying? So that's what I really love about it. And then when a man become a real man is when he take on a family.
oh yeah. You gotta put what your admirations to the side and take care of that family.
Yeah.
That's number one rule, you know. Yeah, what you like and what you want
Mhm.
really don't matter right now. You gotta make sure you do the right things for them kids, life. So basically, you know, that's been the way we was raised,
Right.
you know.
Right.
You know, my dad took a lot of jobs that he didn't like. And my dad had a nice temper, you know, he loved the kids, he take care of all the kids, but his temper blew, we knew he wasn't gonna have that job no more.
Mm.
But he always took care of us, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? He took care of us. And we just, me and my brothers, we do the same. You know, all my brothers from the block, we had good parents.
Right.
Very good parents. Tony mom used to chastise Miss Denson.
Mhm.
Miss Denson would chastise us. Louis' mom back there, Miss Barcenas, she would take care of us. She always gave us the fruit tamales, and man, we spent time over there with them, always playing basketball. So our community was tight.
So that
That builds character.
Yeah.
That community we had builds character. You know, and every last one of the brothers on that block, with the exception of a couple, you know,
Right.
doing real well.
yeah.
Doing real well.
Like I said, man, if we could just survive.
Yeah. It's been some touch and go.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you're dealing with a community of a lot that's going on out there,
Yeah.
it's about surviving.
Yeah.
So when you get to be 60 years old and you still can look okay, you still doing all right,
Yeah.
man, God been good to you.
God is always good, man.
You
Always.
know.
I remember my brother went to, he was Jordan.
Yeah.
He was at Jordan with him.
Is that right?
Yeah, Cookie, I think, no, Cookie had graduated by the time he got over to Jordan.
Okay.
And my mom said, well, you gonna go over to Jordan with your brother Cookie? I had to tell Mom, I ain't gonna survive that one.
Boy, you
They go to Jordan.
Boy, look here. The jungle is big.
Yeah. No matter where we went, it was gonna be rough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I could go to Jordan, but you know, then I ended up coaching at Jordan.
Is that right?
Yeah, I ended up doing 3 years coaching at Jordan, man. And them kids is just like any other kids anywhere else. As long as you got somebody strong that's gonna give them the real and guide them to the next level, they listen. Cause they hungry for that over there.
Yeah,
You know, a lot of the kids we dealt with, it was from single parent homes, or they were from, like, their grandparents was taking care of them.
yeah.
You know, so they really didn't have male figures in their life. So they was rough. they was always hostile, and then somebody comes along that deals with hostile in a way they never had dealt with. You know, that coach ain't scared of us.
Right.
You can't go in there being scared of nobody, because then they're not gonna listen to you.
Right. Right.
You know, and for some reason, everywhere I've been, kids just magnet, you know, that the magnet between me and them, because not knowing me, I know I came from the same situations they're at,
Right.
they just, you know, connected with me.
Right.
And it's still going on right now today.
Yeah. One thing about when you start coaching kids or young adults, it's just more than coaching at that time.
Oh,
You take on being a father figure.
yes.
You take on being a mentor. I can guarantee you, I can take one of them and give them that job. In about a week, they gonna quit.
Oh, yeah.
Cause the kid might wanna talk crazy, he might, you know what I'm saying? Cause we don't know how he growing up
Yeah.
in his household, you know what I'm
Exactly,
saying?
exactly.
So now you gotta keep encouraging him. You gotta keep him in line, and it's a lot to coaching and when dealing with people all around like
Yeah,
that.
especially, you know, in today's time, because kids are moving up so fast, they're growing up so
Mhm,
fast, and
mhm.
they're dealing with, like I said, grown-up situations as a kid.
Mm.
So, you know, I mean, we have kids now that have to work,
Right.
you know, I'm talking 6th, 7th, and 8th graders
Right.
that have to go to work, you
Help
know,
out.
help out. So you have to, you know, you have to maneuver around all that, and some coaches that just coach everybody hard the same way,
Mhm.
they may not understand that situation,
Right.
you know, but coming from the neighborhood, I understand that situation,
Mhm.
you know, so we take into account of what kids are dealing with at home and work with them and not against them.
Right.
You know, and they appreciate that.
Right. See, one time I just gotta tell them, because see, when a kid grow up in an area where their parents might got more,
Yeah,
they got that. But you come into the neighborhood part of it, some of them got it and some of them don't.
yeah,
So the thing is, you gotta keep that kid that don't have it uplifted at all
yeah,
times.
exactly, you gotta keep him busy.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Letting him know that he ain't less than,
Yeah,
you know, cause a lot of them be sometimes the better players.
yeah, better player, better attitude,
Mhm.
but just has a whole different situation at home where he has to, like, he might have to take, or she might have to take care of their siblings. So the
Mhm.
parents can go to work, you know, so they cooking and cleaning like they're an adult, and they ain't nothing but 7th and 8th graders.
Right.
You know, so you have to take into account of all that. And that's the thing that, you know, as coaches, most coaches that, I don't like to bang on the Pop Warner coaches,
Mm.
but, you know, they bring negativity to the kids.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of the younger coaches, because all they thinking about is winning.
Right,
They
right.
don't think outside the box on, you know, what this kid is dealing with, you know?
Right.
And, right now, we got a similar situation at Bird, but, you know, Coach Parks, like I told you, he's a pastor and he's passionate. He's passionate about what he do, and that's the reason why he said, Twine, you gotta come back with me. And I came out of retirement, you know, work with the kids at Bird, because, you know, they got challenges too.
Right, right.
All private schools don't have riches.
Oh, that's right. No, for sure. For
Yeah,
sure.
You know, so we dealing with a lot of little kids that are, you know, they in school because of the work study program.
Right,
They have a work study program, so they have a commitment, so they're gonna miss a lot of practice.
Right.
But they still wanna play football, they still wanna play basketball,
Mhm.
and we, you know, we have to give them that allowance.
yeah. See, people gotta realize when you work in helping out in the Catholic school, you gotta be, it's a little different from working in the
Oh, yeah.
LAUSD.
Oh, it's a
You
whole
know
lot
what I'm
different,
saying?
yeah.
So, they
Mannerisms
looking
is
for,
totally
they
different.
looking for a man to produce.
Yeah,
It's just like a student. If some kids don't produce in some of them Catholic schools, they tell them they gotta go.
yeah,
So
yeah.
you gotta produce, the coach gotta produce.
Oh, yeah.
See what I'm saying?
So most of those upper salon Catholic schools, them dudes is getting like 6-7 figures.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they have to produce.
They gotta produce.
You know, the boosters are paying their salary.
But a lot of times I want people to know that deal with you on a daily basis, but they not out there.
Yeah.
They just think, you know, he just coaching, it don't mean that's, no, I'm serious.
No, you're right.
You
I'm
know?
laughing because kids, even some of the kids, And parents that just show up on game days, that don't never have the kids on practice, they think this is easy, what we do. You know, they think, oh, I can do this.
Right.
You know, barking at the kids. I'm like, you know, and I had to tell one of the parents, you know, you gotta quit telling him what to do, because we worked out this certain thing and he knows what to do. The kids get embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
They get embarrassed because their parents are sitting up there yelling out stuff that they don't know, you know, they don't know what you put in that week of work, you know, in your game planning.
Mm-hmm.
And they get there and want to change up everything by telling the kids. I had a kid, man, Jamel Powell, played for the Dallas Cowboys. We were playing a game at Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
His daddy, we're up by 3 points. We have the ball. We have our inbounds play. His daddy runs down there and tells him throw the ball to the other end of the court without my knowledge. We win the game. He throws the ball to the other end of the court. The kid from the other school caught it and almost made it 3. Tied up.
Mm-hmm.
So after the game, I kind of blasted the kids. Then I had to have a talk with that parent.
Right.
You know, we not doing Cracker Jacks. My job is to get these kids ready for the next level.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do this at nobody's high school, college, pro. You can't get in the stands telling your kids what to do.
That's right. That's
You
right.
know, and so I really had to let him have it. So he kind of like stayed away from the games because he couldn't help himself.
Wow.
Yeah, one of my other coaches had to send him to the top of the bleachers in the football game because he just kept confusing his son. See, and kids when they got their father in the house, they're gonna
They're
listen,
gonna definitely listen to
you know,
them.
because they gotta go home and live with this guy.
Yeah.
But then they know it's wrong. The kids know it's wrong, and that's when it's bad. When the kids know it's wrong, but the parents, you know, that's why we have so many Pop Warner fights out there now. You
Right,
got coaches fighting referees and kids, little kids 9 and 10 out there fighting because, you know, it's about who's guiding.
See, one of the things I want to say to you is, sometimes when you're teaching these kids, it takes time to develop, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes people want to move a kid. And then when they move that kid, and that kid don't get with that development,
Yeah.
then they might want to bring him back. When you work with these kids, I tell you, some things is a slow grind. too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Some of them can't pick it up.
Yeah,
as easy
it
as
ain't
others.
gonna happen as fast, but as time go on, you start to see that kid start to develop. As time go on,
Oh, yeah.
then you see what was put into him.
Yes, the work.
The work, it's gotta be
They
work.
gotta- Yeah, they gotta put in the work to get better. Some of them are not, like, we grew up playing street ball.
Mm-hmm.
We had Russell from 8 o'clock to about 2 o'clock. We
Mhm.
had Drew from about 3 o'clock to 11
Mm-hmm.
to midnight. And,
Right.
You know, getting chased by Teddy's dogs on the yard.
Right.
But then we played sandlot football. You know, we did all these things. These kids, it's not available for them.
Right.
You know, all the little middle schools and junior high schools, they shut down. Nobody can go play basketball no more, you know, to enhance their skills.
Well, they don't even have that unity where, you know, kids is with each other as much. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? It's
yeah.
like, once the practice over, whatever, everybody just go on
Take
their
off.
separate ways,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? I'm looking today and thanking God, man, you still got family.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, man, that's
You know how important that is?
man, that's the strength of my foundation.
You know what I'm saying?
Strength of my foundation right back there.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, you can't do anything for this long by yourself.
That's right, that's right.
You gotta have people along the way. Big Lou, Tony Denson, Danny, Mark, may he rest in peace. You know, Dino, all these people were involved in what we did. You know what I'm saying? And from day one, the boys from the block embraced the Gray Dogs. And when we turned it into a youth thing, everybody helped out. You know, everybody did their part.
Yeah.
You know, it was just all about getting kids in the gym, man. And I think in about 4 years of starting that, we went from one team to over 200 kids.
Is that right?
Yeah, brother Doc Lytle and T. Lytle, they came in from the west side. And, you know, it got extremely large
Right.
at one point, and that's when the Vultures came out.
And the reason why I wanted to do this to start letting people get recognized for what they're doing.
Yeah.
See, you know, we need to be able to do that more
Oh, yeah.
because a lot of effort come into this, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
man.
And like I'm saying, we anytime you're doing coaching and dealing with kids, it's gotta be a hard thing.
Yes, yes.
You know what I'm
You're
saying?
gonna, you're gonna go through a couple of cars, but
Mhm.
you're gonna be taking, dropping off almost everybody on the
Well,
team.
you know what your daddy did,
Yeah,
don't you?
exactly.
See what I'm
You
saying?
know, picking them up, dropping them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know when you doing that, there's some of them genes is in
Oh,
you.
yeah, it's right there.
You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you know what's going on in the streets these days, and the kid get out of practice at 9 o'clock, you know, talking about I'm gonna go get on the bus, nah, get in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Get in the car. Most of them don't even get on the bus because they're scared of the buses at that
Right.
time of night. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, they don't travel like we did.
Uh-uh.
We would get there
Any way possible, boy, we would
That's
walk
like when they wanted you to get back to Pomona. How did you get there?
off the bus.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah,
tell a
that's
kid
right.
today to go to Pomona right now. Man, he'll look at you. Man, you crazy? Man, Pomona? You don't want to go
Yeah.
to Torrance.
Yeah, yeah, like, and that all falls back on kids not being, you know, outside as much.
Right.
You know, when we, Christmas Day, when we come out, everybody in the neighborhood out in the streets play. You look outside on Christmas Day now,
Yeah, it's tough now.
yeah, you won't see about two, maybe one or two kids out, the rest of them all inside.
Yeah. So
You
the
know,
neighborhood need more help today than
Yes.
it did back then.
Yes, because we had villages,
Yeah.
you know, every parent in the neighborhood looked out for us.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, now everybody close their blinds. You know, I see they keep like the cell phone thing we talked about.
Mhm.
You can see a man getting jumped and beat up, and instead of going to intervene, they got their cell phones out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing that we pride ourselves on the block. You know, we didn't care if somebody getting jumped on unjustified. We stepped in.
Right. Right.
You know, step in because you know that's the way our dads was,
Yeah.
especially my pops. My pops do it. If y'all don't do this, y'all get out there and you do it head up,
Right.
and
Right.
then afterwards y'all shake hands and hug.
Right.
You know, and that don't exist no more, man.
Yeah.
That
See,
don't exist no
see,
more.
one thing about this is, and I was talking to Dino this morning, man. In fact, Dino was down there. You know, he got to be down there because he got to keep it together
Oh,
now.
yeah. Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? A lot of people don't even know that the Drew League started right there at Drew Junior High School.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you got professional people come down there and all of that.
Yeah.
But it really started right here in the
Right
neighborhood.
in the neighborhood.
You know what I'm saying?
The reason he keeps changing organizations because they keep trying to get him to charge.
Mm-hmm.
You've been through Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, few of them. And each time they start asking him to charge, he switched because he ain't finna do that. That's the only thing he stuck with from, you know, when we had it at Drew.
Yeah, and I was up there and people just coming in,
Yeah.
all nationalities coming in, enjoying this here,
Yes.
what he started way back
Yeah,
then.
when Alvin Wills got started, Dino, you know, kind of perfected it.
He did perfect
Yeah.
it, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
And, man, I'm just proud of the neighborhoods. A lot of
Yeah.
times, some people don't even know what the Drew League is.
Oh, they know now.
Yeah, they know now, but they don't know the foundation of it, you know what I'm
They
saying?
don't know the foundation.
You know, right there on Compton Avenue and Matt Firestone,
Firestone.
you know, started from some guys that's just in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, you come out the neighborhood, boy, you
Oh,
was
yeah.
over there, we was over there for years and years.
Oh, yeah, man. First day of kindergarten, Robin Wood was trying to bully Mariano. I don't know if you remember.
Man, when you say stuff like that, man, it just brings back so many memories. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Mariano's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, we keep in touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't understand it. Some of these people, you don't get to be friends with people for 56 years
Yeah. Nah,
and still looking and still able to take care of yourself and all of that. That's
that's family now.
man, you
That's
know what I'm
family.
saying?
You know, that ain't friends, that's family.
Wow.
Friends, dudes you meet from somewhere else, and they, you know, you might be a little friend, but family, man, is going through the mud together.
Yes, sir.
Going through
Yes,
the
sir.
trenches together. I went through the trenches with all of us.
Mhm.
You, all them back there when we played, you
Man,
know.
when you think about it, man, we blessed.
Oh, yeah, God has looked out for
You know that?
us. God looked out for us.
Brother, man, we blessed, man.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
You know, and when I see the family and just, you know, some people, if they're doing something, they might get one supporter, you know what I'm saying,
Oh,
you know. And you know, this ain't something that's enormously big, but it's big to me
Yeah.
because I've been knowing you so long,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And then to see, hey,
Knowing each other's families.
yeah, I done settled down, I'm a family man, I'm still giving the kids,
Yeah.
still helping out.
Yeah, man, I mean, you know, they should have you on the other side of it too, because you done put in a lot of work, bro.
Yeah, man, you know, well, you know,
You
look
put in
here.
a lot of work.
Yeah, well, we putting it in.
Yeah, yeah.
And you know what, I don't want it to stop.
No, no.
So whatever you doing, I wanna be supportive 100%.
I appreciate it.
You know, if it's, you down there at the Verb and say, Brown, hey man, we need a donation down here. I want you to be able to call me and I ain't gonna be hesitating because I know what? God had to bless me to be able to do it. And so if I can help a real friend,
Yeah.
I wanna be there to help. You feel what I'm saying?
That's-
So that's why I said, man, let me just give you a plaque and let me give you something for yourself. So, I can let you know that, man, I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just something, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, man, I mean,
You know.
my mentors back there, you know, I don't do nothing without a big brother there. You know what I'm saying?
You know, and these kids need to know they need a mentor.
Yeah.
See, they think they can do it by themselves. No, you need a mentor.
Oh, no, you need one. See, and that's the problem, I think, with the kids, because of social media, they think they know everything.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you get ready to tell them something, oh, I know what I'm doing. No, you gotta listen.
Man, look here.
You gotta listen.
I'm gonna be 62 and I got one and I ain't finna do without one.
Yeah.
Cause I need somebody to help me,
Exactly. We all
keep
need
me
somebody.
grounded, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Don't matter how blessed you is, man, you need that mentor in your life.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody that can tell you something,
Exactly.
you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Somebody can educate you on something. you
Yeah,
don't know.
cause sometimes you can't see yourself.
No. No,
You
a
know
lot
what
of
I'm saying?
times you get in your own way sometimes.
That's right, so,
And I know that for a fact. You know,
man, you know.
whatever decisions you make as a coach, as a father, as a husband, you gotta stick with it and live with it. You know what I'm saying? So when you go to that mentor, that's somebody that can help you out with that decision,
Right.
especially when it's a life-changing decision you're about to make.
Right,
So,
right. Well, see, sometimes people, if you got a family member, they just know that's my brother, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of times, they don't know your name be ringing through a lot of other stuff because people know you from all, you know,
Yeah.
it's travel.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Yeah, my
know,
wife say that all the time. She said, where we go, you know somebody. Huh?
hey, you know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, it's real, man, because like I said, you start getting a call here and there.
Yeah.
And when David called me, I'm like, David Barker? Yeah, Brown, you know, and now these are young men, these are men.
Yeah, and now with family.
Yeah, you know, I was blown away.
Yeah, he was a part of the family over there on the block.
Man,
Yeah.
how did he even get to know you?
I've been knowing Dave, well, actually, I've been knowing me and you both been knowing Ruthie.
Yeah,
a long
yeah,
time.
yeah.
I knew him as a little guy, but then he started hanging out with my wife's
Brother.
brother.
What do us a trip, Antoine? There's some kids that be like 1 year younger than us or 2.
Uh-huh.
And it seems like they be like 9, 8 years younger than us. You know what I'm saying? Like we were real grown or something.
Exactly.
Man, I'm telling you, it's a trip. And they only like 1 or 2 years younger than us.
Exactly.
Was we that mature?
Well, we had to be at certain points, man, because we had to make snap decisions growing up on the east side a lot. You know, like you gonna go over there and go outside, smoke that weed, drink that juice with them dudes. These are decisions we had to make in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade.
And then old Todd been walked in the house.
Oh,
Boy,
brother
look at
Todd.
that. Yeah, that's old Todd, boy. Look at we ain't gonna forget you, Todd. You straight out the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
We product of the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
If you like it or not, we come out of the neighborhood.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
Some of the best athletes in the
Look at,
world. come
look
right
at,
out
I
that
want to
east
let
side.
them know there's some good stuff coming
Oh,
out.
yeah, good stop.
You know what I'm
Good
saying?
stop coming out the east
Yeah,
side.
and people don't understand this. Mostly every athlete, pro that's in there doing all of that, come out some of them black neighborhoods.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Them the ones that put the earplugs in toward the neighborhood and just focus.
Mhm.
And that's why a lot of the knuckleheads embrace them dudes by leaving them alone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, oh, that dude, he working to be something, you know,
Mhm.
so we got it.
I can guarantee you, it might be a few of them that don't recognize the neighborhood. But you take the most of them, the Westbrooks,
Oh, yeah.
all them other ones, them boys coming out the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Aaron, all
Yeah,
that.
you know, right here in Lusinga, this, that, they coming straight out of this area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you know, parents were thinking, okay, we'll send them west because it might be a little better than the
Mhm.
east, but
Mhm.
they come to find out it was just the same.
Same old thing.
Just the same.
They was cutting over up on
Oh,
Lusinga too.
man. No matter where you
You
go,
know what I'm saying?
yeah, no matter where you go, you're gonna find the element.
Yeah.
And if you're not looking for it, it's gonna find
You know. So man, I'm happy.
you. Yeah.
Todd, you go get on this show too, boy. I mean, got him a haircut, you know what I'm saying? Twice. You back there. Todd one of the family members,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know, and he is
Todd,
somebody, he's a
first thing
survivor,
in.
yes,
Yeah.
sir. Man, we ain't gonna give up.
And you know, I've been knowing Todd since Russell,
Is that right?
and never known Todd to be a mean dude at all.
No,
Never.
he was shy too. Baby, you ain't by yourself. You ain't by yourself, you know what I'm saying? I talked to him one time, he said, man, I was shy. You was shy? You know, most cats growing up with us, they wasn't shy.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They might run from a fight or two, but they wasn't shy, you know what I'm saying? And he gonna tell me he's shy. I'm like, oh, man, you.
No.
What?
He was, I mean, you know, he was a humble young dude when he was growing up.
Yeah. But I don't know why you was hanging in there so tough, man. You was only about 5'1". Huh?
Had brothers.
They made you tough like
yeah,
that?
had brothers, man.
Y'all, I'm telling y'all don't want to, look here.
They used to have me lined up in the kitchen,
Let me tell y'all something.
and they would ambush me on the way to the front door.
I don't know how Antoine them finally beat me in the last game in the 9th grade. I'm holding on to this till forever. I beat them in the 7th grade, took it in the 8th grade. We get to the 9th grade, they say time ran out on me. They was up over. I was on my way down the field. And then they gonna tell me the time that ran out, you lost. I don't know what the hell happened. How y'all gonna make it run? Y'all, we kids on the football field. Let's keep playing. Man, they beat me, boy. That was the saddest day I had. You know, Antoine never was able to win it that year, boy. I tell you, boy. They had a good team,
Yeah,
though.
real good team, man.
You know.
Mike Houston was the difference.
Yeah, Mike, I don't even want to say about Mike. Boy, look at here. But I was on my way. I just didn't finish the course. You know, growing up at Drew, boy, you had to be tough.
Oh, yeah.
You had to know how to mingle and everything else. Antoine was an athlete. That's what I can say. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Even in Russell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did had the boys out
Well,
there.
I mean, you know, could y'all imagine it just take off 40 years. Now, you know he had to be little then. 40 years ago, he going down there on 111th and Compton Avenue by the Nickerson Gardens. I was going to get up out of the Nickerson Gardens, boy. I look here, boy. That's dangerous for a little kid in the 6th grade.
Oh, man.
Huh?
Man, that's frightening.
But I think he made a basket, went in there. I was like, boy, I hope he come up out of here. The crowd might grab him, you know what I'm saying?
I think the only one got it that day was our chief, may he rest in peace, Brother Richard Townsend.
They bombed on him?
Yeah, they
Boy, they bombed.
and his mother was always at all the games.
Could you imagine you in elementary?
Yeah, yeah.
This was like-
But that's what I was saying.
It's like that stuff we see on TV, you know what I'm saying? All the gangsters are held around the basketball club, we ain't nothing but 11. Don't y'all win them games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
You know,
A few
I
of those.
mean, Lord, you be like, this is what life gonna be like?
Yeah, man, we dealt with a lot of adversity.
Yeah, man. Whew.
You know.
And look, just imagine, if he little as he was, he should have been scared as hell. Huh?
Yeah.
But he out there trying to do his thing, boy. Look at everybody couldn't make the team. I just want to let y'all know that everybody couldn't make that team.
No.
You know, you gonna either know how to play, you had to be tough, and you had to have some wins.
Definitely.
If your ass ain't had no win to run, you wasn't gonna be on that team.
No.
We had to be in shape back
Oh,
then,
yeah,
boy.
man. We like I said, we were outdoors guys.
Yeah.
We grew up outdoors. We playing street football and every day, you know,
we-
up at Russell almost every day shooting hoops.
We didn't only have to survive school, we had to survive the neighborhood.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we had
You
a
know what I'm saying?
couple of people come over there and try to take over our neighborhood. We had like I said, we had a village. They come over there and try to take over the neighborhood. Not just the youngsters was out there, the adults was out there, the parents was out there. Y'all get up on out here with that mess. You ain't coming
You
over
know,
here with it.
I know parents love their kids.
Yeah.
Boy, them parents back then, they loved them kids.
Oh yeah.
You know
Oh,
what
yes.
I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
It was a lot of unity going
Yeah.
on in, boy.
Big time, man.
So
Big
I'm
time.
glad to see your family, Antoine. I'm
Yeah.
like, man,
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Won't y'all say something that I don't know? Y'all got
I
that
got my sister back there down from Lancaster, and
blank out.
my son over there on his cell phone from Long Beach, and my brother Denson right there. Big Lou next to my daughter, my granddaughter, my grandson. He just graduated from
Y'all hear all
high
that
school,
down there?
Port of LA High School. Then I got my nephew back there. He doing a lot of stuff like you on the internet.
Is that
Big
right?
Mike. Yeah, that's my oldest brother's son.
Is that right? Well, man, anything I can help with, you know, I'm new at it my darn gone self. You know what I'm saying? But you know what?
Like what
Anything
you
you put
doing,
your
though,
mind to, you can do it.
You know, everybody that I give your podcast to, man, they start off with one, and they can't put it down. They gotta keep going and keep
Man,
going.
look here,
It doesn't get interesting, man.
this-
It
this-
ain't about knucklehead stuff. You know what I'm saying?
And this is about real life.
Yeah, exactly.
See, that's the main thing about it. You go to the other one, it done been rehearsed. Don't ask me that. I'm telling you now, man. Don't ask me that.
Yeah.
You know. But when you buy any game, man, don't ask me that, bro. You know. So they ain't really letting you know nothing bad.
No,
You know, like they ain't never went through nothing.
Yeah.
It's just been all great.
all great.
You know what I'm saying?
And we all have been through something.
Yeah, for real. You can ask Tyrese that.
Yeah.
Tyrese the singer.
Yeah, he used to be over there with my nephew over there. They used to hang out when he was at Locke.
He get to thinking so hard he just start crying.
Yeah.
Because he know how tough it is.
Yeah, he do.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
he wasn't that tough guy at Locke at all.
No, man. Not at all. But he made it.
But he made it.
Out of the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying?
And see, that's the thing. It's okay to make it out the neighborhood, but don't ever forget the
Don't
neighborhood.
forget.
Because
And
that's
that's
the
the big thing.
build up. That's the build up of your character right there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't forget where you come from.
Don't forget it. Don't ever forget it. Because that's what made you.
Yeah, exactly.
See what I'm saying?
Made
The
us
neighborhood made me who I am today.
Exactly.
I don't want nobody to be thinking, yeah, he done got him in. No, the neighborhood. I wouldn't change it either.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what I'm
no,
saying?
we talk about that all the time. We wouldn't change the way we grew up for nothing in the world.
No, I wouldn't change it. Because if they made it too easy,
No.
it ain't no telling what I might
Yeah,
do.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But nothing easy growing up.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
that was the work ethics that our parents installed into us, you know? Get up and clean that backyard at 6 a.m. in the morning. You know, wash the
So
walls.
I don't know how to present this black But all I know is I gotta give it to him. And I gotta give him another check. You know? So I'm gonna write that check. Your wife might be like, brother, you want to do that? You done gave that. Yeah, you done gave the other one to them kids, and we gonna have to keep one of them. You understand me?
Oh, yeah.
You know, the coach gotta keep something for himself too, you know.
Yeah.
He gotta
Enjoy
keep something for himself, you know. But I wanted to go down there, Brother Antoine, and man, I wanted to present this plaque here. You know, I wanted to present this plaque. And, you know, I ain't the best reader in the world. Recognition of appreciation for 30+ years of outstanding service and dedication to the community that you serve, you know, that we out here serving. That's 30+ years. Man, look here, if you do anything for 30 years or more, I sure hope you love it.
Oh, yeah.
You stand, we got the wife that been knowing us since the 4th grade. Man, God, dog.
And sir.
Boy, you something must have happened. Say, I gotta go back and get her. Huh? You went back and got her, didn't you?
Hey.
Boy, I was on the phone with him. He was like, "Where you at, baby? What you doing? Get that dog out." There was a dog up there or something. I said, "Boy, this nigga sure is protective right here." I said, "God, dog." But Antoine, that's it.
Oh, I appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? Man, look here, man. That's my partner. That's my partner right there. And look here, I'm gonna let it know on the record that, you know, sometimes people tell you, Brown, don't tell what you get. I gotta give him a $500 check. I wish I had one of them, you know, like how the people do, they give you that big cardboard, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find me one of them. So I could, you know, I could get recognized like everybody else, you know. Brown's neighborhood needs to be, you know, appreciated too. So
Yes.
I wanna say thank you to your family, man.
Thank you.
Thank you to your wife for taking care of you. Cause you need somebody to take care of you these days, Todd. No, you don't want to settle down, boy.
Rich.
And this is about Antoine, but I'm gonna put you on the record anyway. Couple of years, you need to go on and sit down somewhere. You're gonna be about 64. We gotta realize how old we is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't recognize that too.
You know what I'm saying? You be looking at yourself. You're like, man, I'm still look good. I'm out. Nigga, you still 61 or 62. There ain't no sugarcoat that. I'm telling these people my age. Oh. That old man, I used to cut this stuff off, you know, when I was 2-3 years. Boy, I used to cut this gray off my chin. Trying to look young. Realizing, boy, you can't run, you can't hide. Antoine, man, you done a wonderful job.
Man, I appreciate you.
And
man.
keep the family together, no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
Keep the
Yeah,
family
yeah.
together, because you're stronger together.
Oh, always.
Always remember, you're stronger together.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got what, a plus, almost a plus 60. We've been knowing each other since when I was 4 years old when I moved to the neighborhood. And Brother Benson was the first dude I met.
And he's still looking good.
Yeah,
Man, that woman's right next to him, just
that's
holding
my
on to
sister.
him.
That's Josephine, that's Nisa.
Yeah, she's so close to him.
Yeah, they've been best friends since we was youngsters in the
Man,
neighborhood.
hey, that's a beautiful thing too.
Yeah,
You know.
I've been knowing Brother dudes. We got almost 50-something years, just like me and you. We all got about 50-something
I
years.
want people to know this is what life is.
Yes.
This is what life is, you know. It ain't about I got this Jaguar and all of that. This is life right here. Living, you ain't living in Jaguar.
Nah.
But this is about living here.
Yes, sir.
And down here, we gonna recognize every time. You doing something down there at the Bird, man? Invite me. This is,
Definitely.
you know,
You know they put in a new field with lights, so
is that
when they
right?
have a ceremony, definitely have to come down.
Man, have me come down. And anytime you see a kid and he's lacking the ground, help out. Cause I wish somebody would always do it for me.
Yeah.
You know, so,
That's it, man.
you know, we gotta stay supportive. We gotta stay loving each other. And anytime we can help one another, let's do it from the bottom of our heart, you know. Thank you for sticking with him, you know, it ain't easy, baby. It ain't easy, man. You know what I'm saying? You're a good looking man and all that, but it ain't easy. You know what I'm saying? You know, women is emotional, men, they stay tough, you know. Like, what you doing? Baby, okay, everything good? All right, mama, all right, you know what I'm saying? And you gotta be all the woman stuff, you know what I'm saying? So, it ain't easy, you know. It ain't easy for the man, it ain't easy for the woman. That's the way God wanted it to be.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when we get out of here, we wanna thank God
Thank God.
every time.
Every time.
Cause we can't make it without him, and we wanna thank Antoine and his wife for coming on and, you know, being able to give him that plaque and give him our offering, our love to him. Until next time, Brown Neighborhood Podcast. Wake up, Buddha. Wake up, Buddha. Boy, look at him. That's my nephew. Let me go get this chicken, Buddha. Hey, girl, get you a piece of chicken. They taking that with them. You ain't getting none of that. Girl over there looking at the chicken.
I've been crying the whole time.
That's
I've been crying the whole time.
That's your daughter?
Oh my God. I can't believe this.
Hey, Derek, go get that picture, man. Don't take it with the camera's in the way, Buddha. Man, this is lifetime right here, baby. Buddha, this is lifetime. I love, baby. Got it? Hey, keep it up. Yeah.
That's the nephew, Michael. He's
That's your nephew?
Yeah, he's going to shoot a movie right now.
Is it?
It's going to be on Peacock.
Is that right? Real now.
The name of the credits in the movie?
Man, you get it on Peacock.
Yeah.